It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and our focus is on Marcus Peters, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Raiders and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how...
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now Jones. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing Jones. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. This pass finds its way to Williams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Jacobs will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this to Elliott. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Raymond, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. You look at this Raiders defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I wonder if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
The Panthers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. They had their 6-game winning streak snapped a week ago, but still, it's a team that's playing pretty darn well.
And like the old song says, accentuate the positive, and I think that's exactly what this team's going to do. If you've won 6 in a row, you know you're doing something right in the NFL. So I don't think the 1 loss is really going to discourage them.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
He'll buy some time right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice little juke. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Jones. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifted.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackle and held him to an okay gain.
That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. This duo locked in, 14 yards there and a first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll look to throw again. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw again on second down, Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving... absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Back to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
On first down, Hurts looking downfield for Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first and 10, it's Hurts. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep this time for Miller. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, You've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he returns this to the 22. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 2. Zeke going to get it on the option. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The 35-yard line. Hey, 73, 73.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Hurts. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before... Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that was played well.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though, such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
And Jones has it over the middle. And the Panthers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
At the 9-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3.
Set. Hey.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good off.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Back to throw here. He completes it to Jones. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They go play action with Hurts. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll send Beckham in motion right. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And it's caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Panthers touchdown. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now. There he goes, right side. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
It's a Carolina first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A first down carry by Elliott. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Oh, the option left. It's Hurts. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. On the option, here's Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Carolina. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's now second and 10.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Now Jones. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Panthers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So the Raiders now down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Jones able to connect with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Jones. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Now Jones, pass complete, Goddard. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. 2nd and 5.
63.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
73.
Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers. The first incompletion.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence.
It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The heels, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still private as ever. The gang thriving together. Your boys striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and holding comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be unbreakable. I just realized that this whole game is takeable if I want it. And I do, yes, I want it. I don't care how you feel about it. I do what I want. I used to look up to the people that I'm moving in front of. It's not that crazy anymore. My city used to come up. Bryce and Jack G. James is up next. The rest is up to me. These lames is upset. My peers get upstage. The fans are obsessed. My city is upcoming. As people are oppressed. And I'm gonna change things. I'm up in Carmen.